I created a Minecraft war experiment where 50 players were split into 2 teams and put to war against each other. Each player had only 1 life and would not be able to come back in if they died. The players had complete control over what they did in this experiment. Would the teams cooperate, or would they fall into betrayal and destruction? This is the Minecraft war experiment. There were 2 teams, the desert and the tundra. On the first day, players from both teams began by collecting basic resources like wood, coal, and iron. The tundra found a village to meet up at and set up a base. The desert team all came together to build a small village on top of a mountain. They also started work on a farm. Day 1 was peaceful, with no casualties. Each team was developing well, and the next day they would elect leaders. Day 2. Both teams were doing well, and today they would elect leaders and build a town hall. Both teams built their town halls and were ready to hold elections. I put out a challenge saying whichever one looked better would get a reward. Right before Desert could hold elections, however, someone on Desert betrayed them and started burning down the newly founded town hall. Eventually, they were able to put out the fire and repair the town hall, but they needed to keep a lookout for whoever did it. While this was all happening, Tundra was holding their elections. There were 2 candidates, Elijah and Sage Machine. Both Elijah and Sage had very good and convincing speeches, and in the end, Sage Machine won the vote and became the new leader of Tundra. During part of his speech, he had said that through much research, most civilizations he had seen fall and be destroyed were because of someone on the team betraying them and killing the leader, causing them to fall apart. He said this to ensure that they would become a successful nation and to beware of the dangers and the possibilities if this happened. With their new leader, Tundra was a strong nation. Sage also held regular meetings to keep the team together and to coordinate with them. This led to Tundra being very organized. Sage Machine became a great leader. In the desert, Steelthread was elected leader with no one opposing him. Both leaders were given netherite crowns and were given the rewards for the Town Hall building challenge. Everything was looking great for both nations, with again no casualties. Day 3. One of the members of the Desert Nation betrayed his team and killed all their villagers. This caused him to be a target of the Desert Nation. He managed to stay hidden for a long while, but eventually he was tracked down and killed as punishment for his betrayal. This was the first death so far, but it wouldn't be the last. The leader of the Tundra Nation, Sage Machine, held another meeting to encourage his nation and make sure what happened to Desert wouldn't happen to them. What he didn't know, however, was that Sniped Versa and Gunshicorn were already planning a rebellion against them.
That was insane.
The entirety of Tundra was just killed by 2 very powerful players. Only a few survived. Like Sage Machine had warned them, This led to their downfall.
Alright guys, I guess we had a good run. Sniped and Gunchy have gotten us. They were traitors for Desert, and I suppose we're basically, most of us are dead, if not all of us, so good luck to you guys. I'm gone.
Day 4. With their newfound confidence, Desert was looking very prepared and ready to take on the anarchists that were Sniped Versa and Gunshicorn. Those who survived the Tundra betrayal hid underground in hopes of surviving. Some of those survivors also headed over to Desert to try and join their team and eventually stop the most dangerous players together. Sniped Versa crossed over into the territory of Desert, about to cause trouble. Unfortunately for him, a player named Redstone Slime was on the watch and saw Sniped Versa before he could sneak attack them. This battle lasted quite a long time. Eventually, Snipe ran away to repair his armor, and Redstone Slime backed off for the time being. The rest of the day was mostly peaceful. However, Sniped Versa still lurked about. Day 5 was bound to be the day of chaos and destruction. Sniped Versa and his teammates were prowling around the desert base, about to attack, and when they did, mass destruction was to occur. After that bloodbath, any survivors from both original nations ran far, far away so that they wouldn't be found. All the survivors eventually met up, except for Sniped Versa. He had survived, but he had lost his teammates, his only friends and allies. Was all the anarchy and destruction worth it? As he was now living all alone, with no purpose, while everyone else was having a good time together. Violence and destruction never leads to good, but having friends and working together will lead to peace and prosperity. This was the War Experiment. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing. And if you want to be in more events like this one, join the Discord linked in the description. I'd like to thank everyone that participated in this event which made this all possible. And on that note, I will see you in the next season.